Welcome to another episode of Lone Star Drift, How to Drift, Tandem Stuff. Here's my Mustang. It is nah, I'm just joking. This thing sucks. This isn't my Mustang. My Mustang's a newer 2011. Oh, sorry, Corey. Anyways, my Mustang's a newer 2011 Mustang. It is a factory 5.0, stock engine, stock transmission, stock clutch, stock diff. It does have BC Racing coilovers. It does have a tune to delete the throttle lag. And it has adjustable control arms to get the alignment and knuckles, so more steering angle. But other than that, it's basically stock. It is the best Mustang ever. It's a lot of fun. The downsides of this platform are there downsides? Yeah, the electric power steering is freaking awful. But you get used to it, and the fact it turns on every time makes it amazing. So I learned about drifting in Japan, how all cars should run all the time, and we should use stock stuff. And this is like a JZX100 in Japan, so I'm happy with it. This is me drifting from the interior helmet cam footage of my camera thing. I'm chasing down Zachary Ferris in his 700 horsepower 350Z. We're both on the same rear tire, so we're actually pretty evenly matched regardless of horsepower levels. You can see my steering work in this. Pay attention to how I hold the steering wheel and how I do stuff. It's going to be a bit different than a 240SX. Pay attention to my e-brake work and then basically my line and everything else. I'm going to run us through this. This is a hot lap track. This was round 2 of Lone Star Drift this year. This was so much fun. So here we come around the back. We're about to go down the straight. You'll notice that I bang off rev limiter in 3rd because if I make the shift to 4th, then I have to make the shift back down to 3rd, and I'll probably be sloppy and wreck in tandem. So it's easier this way. E-brake entry. Try and follow exactly this dude's line. I notice that he's going way wide here. So then I have to slow down a little bit, pull in my line so I don't follow him all the way outside, and I can readjust my line basically. All right, here we go. We go to the outside. This shows that I can adjust my line anywhere I want. So I can go out to the wall. You hear thap, thap, thap there. That's me going all the way out to the wall, hitting the wall, coming back inside. Bing! Pro tip. All right, let's rewind for a second. I'm at entry again. How am I going to get out to that wall every single time how I want? All right, I enter. I'm sliding. I now gauge my distance. I'm going to overcook the wall slightly. I'm using the e-brake to get all the way out to it, add some angle to get the car all the way to the wall, and then dump the clutch right as I get to it to drive away. So to get closer, I pull the e-brake, like slide the car to the outside of the corner. I can increase or decrease angle to make the car longer or shorter. And then when I'm all the way out and I know where I want to be and I have enough grip in the car, I pop the clutch, I give it some gas, and then I dig out from the wall. So basically I can get the car within an inch or 2 of the wall every single time, regardless of where I enter, how I enter, or anything else. So it's repeatable, dependable, and it's not just throwing the car at the wall, praying to God you don't run into it. That trick works for all the walls too, just like that one coming up. And the one on the inside, all of them. Bing! Also, I probably trash talk people in this video, so pay attention to that. All right, driving back down the straight here. I am way too far behind, so I need to be closer. I try and match his angle. I try not to have his too much angle. I then, oh man, he's a mess. All right, you'll notice I didn't wreck into him and I didn't wreck into the wall. Here, I trash talk. So we need to be consistent and we need to not wreck because we're gonna get really close here in a little while. Oh man, look at that steering work. We're gonna get really close here in a while and we need to be careful. All right, this is Harrison Johnson in front of me. We're a little bit more matched for speed and everything, but I respect his car and I don't wanna get close to it because he doesn't want to put this thing back together and he doesn't want to buy body kits and paint. And I'm just going to trash my Mustang. So I respect him and I stay way away from him. Doesn't mean we can't tandem. Just means I need to keep at least a couple car lengths between us at pretty much all times, except maybe the ending because we're going so slowly. All right. Let's see here. Let's look at my steering work on this one. You'll notice that the car does not self-steer as much as a 240. So I enter, I very lightly control the wheel, toss it a little bit on entry. Oh, we're going for the wall again. Boop. You'll notice my steering work here. I don't, oh, look at that hand. I pull it around. Hand's always on the wheel, very gentle. I have to lead it all the way back there. That's different. All right, here's Dwayne Ramsey. We can get aggressive with him. Ooh, sketchy entry. That means I need to be really careful with this guy. I'm gonna always have room to bail on the inside of him. Oh, I've hit him. Now he's gonna go really wide there, which is kind of tough, and I'm keeping my distance. This Mustang is really hard to recover on some of the steering work sometimes, so I gotta be careful. Boop. He looked excited. That lap was messy though. All right, Paul McCoy is a great person to tandem with, except when he's spraying you in the face with oil smoke because his engine's blowing up. Nice entry. I suck up on him. Here we go. Notice I'm matching his angle carefully, and I'm slightly more inside on his line. That's a safety thing for me so I can get out of there. Oh, there's my windshield sprayer. He's gonna pull away quite a bit there on transition because I wasn't super aggressive. Look at my steering work there. I'm again steering that thing like a bus. It's kind of a mess. Bing. All right, let's rewind again. We're going down the straight. This is the previous lap. I have to decide how to close this distance. He hits the brakes a little bit, so he's going to slow down right on entry. It was a late entry already because he entered right at the end of the wall. Right here, I need to close the distance a little bit so I can drive towards him, but he's getting away from me. So if I go in at a faster speed than him and I continue down, I can then use the foot brake gently once I'm getting there to close the distance. Or I can be on the gas, so I can enter e-brake and then gas into him and then get on the brakes. The car still works like a normal car with foot brake and gas to accelerate and decelerate and still steer and everything. So when you're in drift, you can still do all these things to close a gap. We're just about to see where I do a better job of this with a Camaro, so please pay special attention after entry how I suck up on him. Bing!
I hope this guy can
Camaro,
drive.
I don't know. This looks sketchy. Two American cars. Notice I'm e-braking. It's because it's a much safer method of like doing it right there, and I have no extension in RPM to clutch kick. So clutch kicking there is not an option unless I went to fourth, and then I'd immediately have to go back down to third, and that would be a mess. I'm giving him enough space that I can always bail out, so I can bail out to the inside here at any point if I have to get away from him. Here I see some guys coming around. I want to jump in tandem. They know I'm there. I roll up. I don't know how they're doing this weekend. Like Justin Flores, I haven't really paid attention to him. And before I tandem with him, I really want to make sure that we're comfortable and ready to go together. So I'm just watching. I don't bother getting overexcited and drifting. I just pay attention. He has an okay line there. He's about 15 feet off that outer yellow wall, which he's supposed to be on. Then he's really wide here, wide. He needs to be middle line there. Now he outside apexes a little bit early, but it's pretty clean. The wall is peeled back there, so he can do that. All right. So I'm going to jump in on Paul. Oh, we skipped to the next thing. Back to Zachary. I feel like I'm not teaching enough. All right. You'll notice I'm much closer here on entry, or I'm trying to be. He's pulling me with horsepower. I wait, I do a nice e-brake entry. I'm aiming for where he's going to be, not where he was. Try and get close there. We're way too far on an inside line. We're now following a bad line, but I'm following him as the clipping point, not the track itself. Ooh, I pass him. That looked rad from outside the car, if you saw that on Instagram. And that is that. All right.
I was like, nope.
Oh God, here comes a Mustang. All right, there goes Corey. Be careful when people are this beat up with their cars. So I'm keeping distance because his car's super beat up. Gotta be careful. A lot of light there. He's way on the wrong line. We really can't tandem with him if he's on a line that badly. Like, we just end up off track. He's basically off track. Bunch of e-brakes. It's kind of a mess. We kind of just drive off track.
I can't follow that. Yeah, his tires are too dead.
Here I'm motioning Zachary to go ahead of me. I'm trying to keep up with him. Also notice I never shift out of third in all of this video. Because I have a V8 and I have a broken fifth gear and this transmission's a little sketchy in this car, I just choose not to shift at all, which makes it safer. All right, we're about 15 feet off that outside line where we're supposed to be, but I'm just tracking him carefully. I will make a bunch of corrections in e-brake. I could be left foot braking this car, but I've been practicing just way more e-brakes and stuff all over the place. I do not have a dual caliper setup in this car, so as I use the foot brake and the e-brake, it gets kind of sketchy and I lock up the front and back wheels independently, all wacky. All right, let's see here.
We're going to the wall this time, hold on.
Back out to the wall since we're the leading people. You'll notice the people following me on our way inside line, and they're on a very bad line. They're not supposed to be over there. They're supposed to be following us all the way out to the wall. So you can kind of see what people are doing right and what people are doing wrong. There's one of our Colorado peeps in front of us in that RX-7. Here's Paul again. We're still keeping our distance on entry, being careful here. He's on too far of an inside line, so he's way too shallow again. So I'm just telling you that so you know the problems of what we're doing so we can correct them later on when you're driving. I have a few too many e-brake corrections there, but they're not really e-brake corrections. I'm just really being very careful when I'm tandeming with all these people because we're practicing and building muscle memory and everything else. Realistically, I should be one big e-brake for the entry, and then I should probably left foot brake over to them. I've just been really bored with left foot braking these last couple years, so I've been using lots of e-brake for fun. Look at me unwind the steering wheel by hand there, having to do all my steering work. Put your face shield down so you don't get gravel in the eyes. A little bit better on line there than the last run from him, but still not a very good line. Right here, we're back on line in the middle of the track, but we were way too shallow before that. Now we're coming through. So ideally, when I chase these people down, I want to be much closer on the inside of them, maybe about 10 feet further up on entry on these guys. Now, I have to look at 3 cars. I can't just look at the blue one in front of me. I need to look at all of them, because if one spins out, it's a mess. Now he's getting really sketchy next to us. We're still drifting, but we need to be aware that he's not fully in control of the car, and we just kind of get sketched out and we come off track.
That was a shit show.
Some iced tea because I'm thirsty. Let's see here. Another lap with these dudes. So let's talk about the entry real quickly. We're going about maybe 80 miles an hour, so we need to be very careful because we're really booking it. We need to control the car. The e-brake is the easiest entry. I wouldn't do a big flick or anything. That wall doesn't really... Oh, he's driving off track and I'm shit-talking him. If I did shift to 4th, I could go a little bit faster, maybe 5 miles an hour faster on entry, and I could clutch kick, which would be kind of fun. However, I would introduce the ability to make more mistakes in tandem and potentially wreck the car, and I don't want to do that. I want to be careful. And like with this green car in front of me, I want to be really careful because I don't want to wreck it. So I'm going to give him more space than I would some of the other drivers, and basically be more careful. Nice entry. You'll see my steering wheel kind of jerk around a little bit there. The car is uncontrollable in angle sometimes if you don't have your hands on the wheel. It's got a little bit of a mind of its own, so you got to be careful. There you see me all over the steering wheel. It's kind of a mess in there, but you really get used to it. It's not a big deal. Oh, I have to self-feed the wheel back again. We finish. Swap places for the person in front of us.
No, he's not.
Bing, baby pro tip. All right, you'll notice we just watched the entry and he got away from us. So with proper driving, I would drive further into the corner to catch him and then initiate. But since I'm gear limited here and I cannot go any faster, we actually max our speed somewhere right around here, and I have to wait without increasing speed at all while he picks up a couple more miles per hour and puts a little bit of distance on us. I would prefer to drive towards him farther, gain more speed, and then enter, but I don't really have that option. So what we're going to do is make the best of a bad situation and just try and catch him. But we are not shifting to, like, our gearing's bad there. Bing! He did a big e-brake and he went really far out to the outside. You'll notice we took it down the yellow wall on the outside, so you'll no longer have an outer reference point, but this is a much better line than before for a lot of the guys. Now, we put those outer reference points and stuff on track so you can really tell who can get the car where they want to be. And when you see the people all over track, you can tell they're not fully in control of the car, so even though they're in drift, they're not really, doing a great job. They're having fun and they're doing all that stuff, but I mean, like, you can tell that they don't have complete control over the car. And we should be able to pull the car to the inside, the outside, wherever we want to go. Notice I also use every tool in my arsenal since my car is much heavier and doesn't have as much grip as a lot of these other cars. So I'll cut their line a little bit. I'll transition, as aggressively as possible at low angle to pick up speed. I do anything I can to keep up with these guys because it's fun and you push yourself. It's a lot more fun than bringing out like a Formula D car and driving with these guys on the brakes all the time. Notice we drift with about the, that's a nice timing on transition. That was a nice transition. You want to transition at the exact same time as them and leave room for them. He barely got past that barrier. That was close. I love drifting around all these little barriers. It's so much fun. It's so much better than cones. This is the best part about driving a modern car is they have bumpers. They have bumpers that are not made of fiberglass. They're made out of normally aluminum or something super strong, metal with plastic around them like rubber. So they are super durable. So somebody breaks down on track, I push them off, no problem. Also, the Z was not super clean, so it's okay to have two messed up cars bump each other off track. I wouldn't do this with beautiful cars. All right, back to Randall Waters. I'm sticking with him much better down the straight. Way better entry. That was way better. You can see how much closer we are from the start. We didn't have a bunch of space to like close down. This is such a better lap. This gets me excited to watch. Transition at the same time almost. My car didn't go to big angle. I was keeping it at low angle so I can try and keep up because his car is smaller or faster. Whee! That was fun. That was a really fun lap. That was good. All right, that was a nice clean entry by both of us. Nice distance between us. You can tell that it almost looks boring because the two cars are not closing a distance or increasing a distance as we go. He's kind of far offline to the outside. I give him space to transition. I'm gentle on everything except the steering wheel because this car's a mess. Nice ending to that lap. That was a great lap. That was really clean. It was also safe. It was really safe. All right, the Miatas. That front Miata was one of the most fun cars for me to tandem with this weekend. Tobias is in the red one. He's looking a little sketchy. You can tell the car doesn't have a lot of grip in the rear end. He's going way off track, like completely off track. I quit following him at this point and just take off so I can be in control of my own line at any time and drive the car anywhere I want. That's very important. A lot of the drivers just go wherever the car carries them because they're desperately trying to keep the car in drift. All right. This car is interesting. This car was really fast right here. Watch him just take off. And then he goes really wide at big angle. And then he starts to spin and I control my line. I tuck in, 10 feet, go around him. No problemo. It's very important not just to wreck into people. You should be able to bail every single time someone spins out in front of you. Because every event, someone's going to spin out in front of you. And if you don't have the ability to bail, you should not be tandeming, period. That's really important. I hate it when people just run into other people. It happens to all of us, and I do it. But if I ran into someone every time someone bailed or, whatever, I would be dead. This is Mark. This is the car I broke my hand against. My hand is mended. My toe's broken in this video, though. Not too much to say about that lap. It was fun, but it was very squiggly. All right, let's see if this next lap is better. First of all, it's nice because his car is not as fast as mine down the straight, so I can get as close as I want to him down the straight. So I keep about this distance. If I was really aggressive, I'd close it up a little bit more. I like to keep a car or two between us because I never know how he's going to go, and you can see that I have room to bail on the inside of him if he starts to spin. Now I no longer have room to bail. I'd have to bail on his right, not his left now. I'm very careful on that transition so I don't transition a big angle and then see something happen with him. So just very careful. You'll notice he spins there, but I have complete control over my line and I simply take the path around him to the left. It's very important I don't object fixate on people and run straight into them. I always have to remember I am a moving object as well. This Miata was so much fun to tandem with. There's Cy, my cameraman, in my passenger seat. And there's my other cameraman in the car in front of us. You'll see that the Miata is a little bit sketchy. He's all over the place. He has pretty bad line and everything. However, he moves in an extremely predictable way because he's moving at the same speed and his car does not accelerate or decelerate quickly, which means it's very easy to follow him for the most part. All right, we're coming around for another pass. Let's see. Do I get aggressive? It looks like I'm pretty aggressive. I'm following him. This makes us look like we're going very slowly because there's no like changes in the distance between us. I'm careful here because I want to make sure I don't murder someone in a Mustang. Up, we're getting close. This is a good lap. This is really good. He's going wide. He's going wide. I leave him room to transition. I back off a little bit. I then dive back in, but I'm being a little messy there. It's okay. The beginning of the lap was fantastic. Boop. I think I tapped him a little bit right there. That's okay. I did not leave a mark on his car. There's Mark. I leave a mark on his car. Oh, my puns. Completely unplanned. All right, here we go. Here comes Mark. At the wall. Beautiful entry by Mark. That was good. It was also a fairly late entry, but that's okay because he's very low horsepower. He's going a bit wide. Not as wide as some of the guys. Now he's back on a decent line. This is nice. Perfect right here. We match his angle nicely. Dive in. Fantastic. That's a late transition for me right there. I should have transitioned at the same time, but I was being careful to give myself room to bail. Another run with Mark. Ooh, nice entry, Mark. Good job. You can see that his car doesn't jump to angle and then like bobble or anything. That was very clean. He went to angle and then he stays at the exact same amount of angle. That's because he makes his car... Whoa, what are you doing, Mark? That got sketchy. He makes his car have the perfect amount of grip for how much horsepower he has because it's the only way he can get around track. So he eliminates grip, eliminates it until he has the perfect amount to get around with his horsepower. It's an interesting technique that my car doesn't use because I have plenty of power because I have a V8.
Blood pumping. We're going with Mark.
Well, I have a Ford V8, which is better than an LS1. Just the Coyote motor. The old 4.6s are awful. All right, ooh, nice entry by both of us. We're right on top of Paul here. Notice Sai's hands do not go outside the window. I yell at him if they do. Oh, he shifted into third and missed his gear, and we booted him off track. That was actually pretty funny. Because we were so close, when he misshifted, he went straight into us like he hit the brakes. So you gotta be careful there, especially when you're tandem with a Mustang. Something to note, I made this video in chronological order of my GoPro footage, so you can see I'm getting more aggressive as I'm getting more comfortable with the Mustang, because I've never been this comfortable with this Mustang throughout, ever. But at this event, I am now getting more aggressive down the straight. So you can see, oh, well, I thought I was getting more aggressive. I left a bunch of room there, but I had the intention of staying really close. Ooh, we're doing a nice lap here. Lot of e-brake work. Look at me work that e-brake. Well, as soon as I say it, I'm not working it. All right, remember all that could be taken away. This e-brake just makes the car more stable for me. I don't need the e-brake, I could drive without it, but it makes it very safe for me to drive. I'm gonna be a gentleman and I'm now gonna lead. Oh, it's not as much fun for you guys to watch, so I deleted that clip. Here I am following again. Entry, nice. About a car length between us. If that, maybe a little bit less. Now about half a car, nope, now about 3 feet. Now a transition. He gets away from me on the transition a little bit. Now drifting transitions are very important. They're where you pick up all your distance between the guys. If you can transition at the exact same time as them and like the track allows it, oh, it's beautiful. All right, I'm too far inside of him by a slight amount. Nope, now we're perfect. Up, now you can see the amount of angle in my car bobbles. And when I do that, I let him get away a little bit. Oh, a terrible transition by me. I straighten out a little bit and reinitiate with an e-brake, but that was an awful transition. What a mess. That's okay, the first part of the track was cool. I am mostly concerned with not putting a scratch on that car, so it is a successful lap. Remember, it's much better to leave those cars that don't want to be damaged undamaged than try and get close and smash into them. Don't do that. Then you're just being a dick. All those cracks in my windshield shine. Keep your hands inside side. Don't you put those hands outside the window. Anyways, at this point, I think I've talked enough. I'm not really going to edit this video heavily. I'm not even going to check all the audio and re-listen to the thing. This was just kind of a off the seat of the pants kind of video, just something fun and easy for me to edit and toss out there, since the last video I did was so difficult. Oh man, that was a lot of good tandem right there though. I really appreciate you guys watching. There's going to be some more footage, and it's just going to keep rolling, but you will basically figure all this stuff out for yourself. Tandem is all about fun. Drifting is all about fun. You learn it by doing it, but you also have to keep your... Oh man, that's an entry. Yeah! No, I let him get away because I went to too much angle. Oh man, it's hard not for me to comment. Anyways, tandem is all about fun. It's about like self-discovery and learning and everything else. Keep your car together, have something reliable. All the mistakes should be out of your car, such as everything should work properly. You should not be fighting with the car, or else it's going to be too hard to, learn to drift. The car should not be temperamental or delicate in any way. The car should not have body kits that fall apart when you come around a corner and, a cone hits you or anything else. Stuff is going to happen. You need a car with resilient body panels, extremely resilient body panels. Otherwise, you're just styling. Oh man. So cool. So cool. All right, enjoy this video, guys. Thanks, peace out, bye. I'm going to Japan in the morning. I'm gonna make a really long documentary for you guys probably. Dion will be with me, Adam LZ, Taylor Ray, possibly Fielding, and then the winner of our 2017, is it 17? 2016 Texas Street Legal stuff, Will Parsons, will be in Japan with us. I got him his own car. We're gonna have an amazing time. See you guys at round 3 at Gulf Greyhound Park, I think May 20th. Come take a ride in the Mustang.
Go ahead. One sec. Don't let me push you offline. Stay online, okay? All right. Let's go. What? I'll get to check the wheel. Yeah. How's the wheel? Is the wheel good? No. What? No, he says no.
I should probably thank the sponsors about now. We have all the ones like BN Sports and GK Tech and Spec Clutch and Kenda Tires, but I think the appropriate one for this one, the appropriate one would be Inky Wheels. Notice on the back of my Mustang, the inky wheels look awesome and are undamaged, and that little rep wheel up front is annihilated and is going in the trash can, and I will be replacing it with an inky. So there we go. Thank you, Inky Wheels. I have been running Inky Wheels even without sponsorship for over a decade now. I think I got my first set in maybe 06 or so. I was paying full price and everything else. I loved them. They were one of the original wheels that was super lightweight, well made, one piece, great offsets. They came in 18 by 10.5 way back in the day when we were super excited just to have 5-lug stuff. So thank you guys. I really appreciate your support. And there we go. Thanks. Bye, everybody.